Good morning. I'm changing the format of the podcast a little bit because I was finding it difficult to be consistent as I talk about consistency. But one thing I am consistent on is a morning walk or run, and I'm going to stack my podcast with that habit that I've been able to maintain for the last over 200 days. So today's daily truth to live by is, I've been reading the book Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, and I like some of the concepts in there about the loss of connection in relationships, in family, and in work settings. And she links that to the concept of vulnerability. And I have talked about vulnerability before, but I like where she's linking the implications or the impacts of not being vulnerable. Let's define vulnerability first. And the way I see it, vulnerability is just being yourself. It's not about oversharing. It's not about complaining. It's not about judgment. It's about truly being present with who you are at that time, of course, and showing up regardless of the outcomes. Showing up to be yourself and being okay with, your opinion not being accepted, or someone might think your clothes are funny, or whatever it may be. But the people that matter are going to love you, and it's going to create a deeper connection. And that's my truth on vulnerability, is just show up, be you, be present. That's vulnerability. And it'll improve your relationships, your close relationships, and your work relationships, and your relationship with yourself. I find as I move to better show up as who I am in situations, I feel more fulfilled. I feel more authentic to myself. And I'm able to calm those that inner critic thoughts that say I'm not good enough, or that was stupid, or I said too much, or whatever it is. The more I show up, the more I'm vulnerable, the better the outcomes, the more confidence I build in that, the better I can do it. So it's a continuous loop. So that's the first truth, vulnerability. My second truth today is out of another book, How to Do the Work. I can't remember the author's name off the top of my head. And I'm only a few chapters in. I started reading it a couple days ago. And I really like her take on the responsibility of our mental wellness. And the principle I want to pull away from is kind of like the title, How to Do the Work, but doing the work. And I think sometimes we can, especially men, I can't speak on the female experience, but as a male, we see a place that we want to improve in our life. We just want to fix it. We want to fix it, and then we want to be able to turn back and say, I'm glad that's done. And I was saying this to a friend the other day. It's like, wait a second. This journey never ends. And the beauty of it is you just got to show up every day. You got to show up and you got to find the things you want to work on. And I think that starts with habit formation and developing small, consistent actions, one of my other episodes, that you can stack your personal and professional growth on. Because I think sometimes when we look at personal growth, we always are seeking an outcome. But the outcome is kind of the process. And as I've shared before, and a lot of people share, the journey is where the beauty lies. So, do the work is the principle. And as I define that, it's showing up every day, regardless of what you feel like, and doing one small action consistently. And then building on that. Once that builds, your confidence grows. And then you can add another action and build on that and continue. And then the cool thing is, though, if you find something that's not working, then you can adjust. And you still have that foundation of those small daily actions that you can build on and adapt. So that's my second truth of today. Do the work, and the work is the journey. So that's today's 2 truths. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the new format, because back to doing the work, one of my small daily actions is a walk and or run every morning, and I will make sure I get the episode down with the thoughts that I'm thinking in the morning. That's today's 2 truths. Share your thoughts. Win a t-shirt.
Thanks for joining me on the daily truths and the weekly wins. I hope today's episode leaves you inspired to embrace life's challenges and make the most of every day. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts, and share this with someone who could use a little boost. Join me again tomorrow for more insights and encouragement. Until then, remember, progress, not perfection. Keep striving, keep growing.